So what's up, everyone? OddMan105, aka the Odd One here, and in this episode of Squalor to Baller, it's moving day at Paleto Bay. Yes, that rhyme was intended. We're going to be relocating from this facility out here to something that's a bit more functional, that's closer to the city, and you guys will see exactly what happens when you relocate from one property to another one. Additionally, we'll do a full buying guide and walkthrough for the new facility, and that way you guys can get an idea of also, what amenities you may want in your facility if you're considering buying one. And we'll do all of this right after the drop. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, this is going to be a full buying guide and walkthrough for the Doomsday facilities, and as mentioned, I'm going to be relocating from this facility here at Paleto Bay to a location that's a bit more functional, somewhere closer toward the city. And the reason being is simple. During this event week, all Doomsday facilities are 50% off, so this is a great opportunity for maybe some of you new players who've always wanted to buy a Doomsday facility, or some of you veterans out there who are looking to relocate like I am. And remember that you must own a Doomsday facility to access the Doomsday heist. So with that being said, what we're going to do is a full walkthrough of what a fully outfitted Doomsday facility looks like. That way you guys can get an idea of whether or not you want some of these amenities in your facility, or whether or not they even suit your playstyle. And from there, we'll relocate to our new location. So with that being said, let's begin. Okay, let's begin with the business end of your Doomsday facility. This is the planning room, and this is where all of the action takes place. All planning and coordinating for your Doomsday heist happens right here. Now, remember that if you're a solo player, you can complete the prep missions for the Doomsday heist 100% solo. However, you must complete the Doomsday setup missions and Acts 1 through 3, the finales, with at least one additional player. So that's something to keep in mind if you ever plan on buying a facility for the purposes of completing the Doomsday heist. And while we're talking about the Doomsday heist, as you complete the heist, you will be awarded trophies that'll be staged throughout certain areas of your Doomsday facility, so be on the lookout for those. The only way to get those trophies is by either completing the Doomsday heist or through mods and mod menus, etc., which I don't recommend using, so just something to keep in mind. Now, in this room has to be the most hated and reviled weapon in Grand Theft Auto 5 online history. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the orbital cannon, and it is exactly what it sounds like. You guys know what this weapon is. It absolutely sucks, and it is completely useless in Grand Theft Auto. So if we log in here, if you ever plan on buying one of these, let's just take a look at it anyway. So you have a few options. You can put surveillance on a target, you can manually target a player, or you can use automatic targeting for a player. Now, this is the single biggest troll weapon in Grand Theft Auto. It serves absolutely no purpose in the game other than to troll other players, and Rockstar should remove this thing from the game. But again, I digress. They won't take it out because consider how much it costs to operate. $500,000 to manually target a player, or $750,000 to target a player automatically. So this is a troll weapon. So this is completely useless for me. When I relocate, I'll be removing the orbital cannon. Yeah, this thing is a complete waste of money, so I don't recommend buying it. Alright, let's keep going. Now, also, I do want to mention that almost every area in your Doomsday facility is accessible. However, if you walk past the door with a red square above it, then those areas are inaccessible. And everything else that you see around here is largely cosmetic. You've got the computer terminals here, and you've got rows upon rows of supercomputers here in the back, with apparently scientists and lab coats. How much am I paying these people to work here? This is ridiculous. But you can access both the upper and lower levels of your Doomsday facility. Here we have a small break area amongst the rows upon rows of terminals. You've got some green juice here that you can drink if you want. You can buy some E-Cola. And there's really nothing else of concern down here in this area. This whole area is completely unused, but it's more cosmetic than anything else. So let's head back upstairs. Okay, now this room right here is your lounge. Let's step inside. I do recommend that you purchase a lounge with your Doomsday facility. Now, to be fair, you don't need it, but I purchased mine and I'll be keeping it. You can sit down, you can watch TV here if you want, and you can even surf the internet on your computer over here on this terminal. Now, you can also listen to music if you choose. But it's basically just that, it's a lounge. And you get the complimentary bottle of, what is this? Rum. Nice. Now you also have the option to deactivate or activate privacy glass. So just like that, you can make the windows clear or you can make them black. But that's your lounge. Okay, now here are your sleeping quarters. And I highly recommend that you purchase sleeping quarters with your Doomsday facility because this allows you to set your spawn location here at the facility. And this is very important if you're running the Doomsday heist. Now, as with any other business property or personal property that you may own, you get a wardrobe where you can obviously change your outfits. You can sleep, of course, if you want. You can sit down, listen to music. But these are your sleeping quarters. Again, highly recommended that you purchase these with your facility. Okay, now here are our receptionists. So,
what can I do for you?
I have a couple of ideas. We'll talk about that later. Here you can request helicopters to exit your facility if you choose. Now, you have to own these vehicles to request them, so in my case, because I own the Buzzard Attack Chopper and the Cargo Bob, for a small fee she'll call up one of those two helicopters for me and I can exit via those vehicles if I so choose. You can also get free snacks here as well. So that's pretty cool, and both receptionists will offer the same service. Okay, so over here is your security room. Now here, you can collect free weapons that are usable, of course, during missions. Now, if you don't own any of these weapons, then you can still use the weapons that are placed here. However, once you leave the session, then these weapons will disappear from your weapons wheel. And of course, if you own these weapons, then picking up weapons here at the security room will replenish that weapon's ammunition. And these weapons do respawn over time. Now, here, you can review the security camera feed, and you can go AFK if you want. Now, always remember that if you're on console, to ensure that your controller is plugged in and that your console is not set to sleep, that way you don't get kicked from session. But on PC, it's fairly simple. Just stand here and watch the security camera feed, and you can go AFK indefinitely. And what would a security room be without a weapons locker? So here you can customize your weapons loadout if you want. And last but not least, in the security room is probably the second biggest troll weapon in the game. This is the Strike Team Terminal. And you can think of the Strike Team as being your own personal little version of the Merryweather Mercenaries. So just like you can send mercenaries after other players, you can send the Strike Team after other players as well. Now, the level of skill of the Strike Team will scale, of course. Here you've got levels 1 through 3, level 1 being just a couple of guys with machine guns, and level 3 being a team with vehicles. So it's entirely up to you. The higher the level, the more expensive the team will be. But that's your security room. Adjacent to the security room is another random room, but of course you guys saw what was in the window here. Here you can collect the minigun. And of course, if you don't own the minigun, then yes, you can get a minigun here and use it during missions, but it will leave your inventory if you leave the session. But of course, since I own the minigun, that replenishes my ammunition. Okay, there's this guy right here, who does absolutely nothing. There's a metal detector, and hey, you see this? That says Group 6. Okay, Group 6. Big number 6 right there. So Matthew, I'm talking to you. That says Group 6 right there, okay? Get it right. Okay, so out here is vehicle storage. And this is also where you'll store your Avenger aircraft if you own one. Now, with the release of the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC, you no longer need to own a Doomsday facility to purchase an Avenger aircraft. You can store one at a hangar if you own one. So something to keep in mind. Over here is your weapons workshop and your weapons mechanic. This is the same guy that's located inside your MOC. Now, you can customize your thruster, jetpack if you own one, your Avenger aircraft, or any weaponized vehicles here at your vehicle workshop in the facility. So that's another reason to own one. But this guy behind me will take care of all that for you. Okay, let's head upstairs. Now, remember that there are two versions of the thruster jetpack in the game. You've got the weaponized version, or the OG version as I like to call it. That's the version that's stored right here on this pedestal. Okay? That's the version that can be customized with weapons here at your Doomsday facility. The second version is the one that came with the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC. That's stored inside the Avenger aircraft and cannot be weaponized. So, something else to keep in mind. Now, up here is parking for 7 of your personal vehicles and 4 or 5 weaponized vehicles, or specialty vehicles as they're called. So I've got 7 personal vehicles here. And there's space along the sides here for the Kanjali tank, the RCV, the Chernobog, and maybe 1 or 2 other specialized vehicles. But they're all stored here at the facility. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the walkthrough portion of the video. What I would like to do now is demonstrate exactly what happens when you relocate from one facility to the next. So let's whip out our iFruit. And we want to go to Maze Bank Foreclosure. And we will sort by facilities. Now, as per usual, it's never a good idea to purchase any property that's either too far north or too far south on the map. I purchased this facility when it was on sale. That's why we're relocating today. So what I'm going to do is move to the Ron Alternates Wind Farm facility. This is the best bang for the buck facility in my opinion. So let's do that. Okay, now remember that you don't need any of these extras to get your facility up and running. However, in my case, I'm going to set up my new facility in a similar manner to the old one, minus the orbital cannon. So let's get started. Now, facility style, we're going to leave this standard. Graphics, we'll leave standard. Orbital cannon, this, we're going to delete. We don't need the orbital cannon. Security room, we want. Now the lounge, okay, we want prestige because that's the existing setup, and we'll do the same for the sleeping quarters. Okay, prestige. Okay, and all in all, the total buy-in cost for our new facility is $1,525,250. Now, we're going to get a refund for the existing facility and all of its upgrades and modifications. So when we're ready, all we have to do is click buy. And that's it. And again, we're deleting the stupid orbital cannon. Don't waste your money on this thing. Alright, let's buy it. Okay, and it says select a property to trade in, Paleto Bay facility. So we're going to trade that one in. This is pretty much going to be an even trade, so let's do it. Okay, you already own a facility. Purchasing this one, we'll trade in your old one. The trade will save you $1,533,000. Yes, we want to proceed. Oh, and it kicked us out. Alright. So, let's go to our new home. Alright, let's take a look. I love this cutscene. Okay, and as you guys can see, all of our vehicles are right where they're supposed to be. Nothing new there. There's our security people. Hey, Group 6. Group 6, guys. Settle down, chat. Hey, security room is there. There's our receptionist. What's up, girl? You see the lounge over there. Our sleeping quarters as where they were left. We got our lounge here. Oh, don't forget the privacy glass. Hold it. You know we got to darken this thing out. There you go. Okay, as you can see, no more stupid orbital cannon. Thank God. Complete waste of money. And last but not least, the planning room. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Again, this week is your best opportunity to purchase a facility because they're 50% off, including all upgrades and modifications, so don't sleep on this. And with that being said, this video is a wrap. I've been OddMan105, aka The Odd One, and if you guys found this video informative, then you know what to do. Smash that subscriber button, hit that bell icon, leave a few likes while you're here, and hey, don't forget to check me out on Twitter at OddMan105. And I will see you guys when I see you guys in the next video. Please stay safe, and remember, don't just start the fire, bring the smoke, and take care out there.